today. From CEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. It's Week 18 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Lance now on first down. Got a man, that's Ayuk. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Working with a 2nd and 3.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
On the tackle, Tyrann Mathieu. This defense for the Chiefs, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
On play action, Lance. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Excellent work there by Lance as he scrambles for the first down.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Now we've got whistles and a timeout here. Yeah, it looks like we've got a 49er that's down on the field. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. On 1st and 10, here's Lance. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Trey Lance taking it in from 7 yards away. And the 49ers drive right down the field and score on the opening drive.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Callaway, the return man. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 26. A first down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. They're going deep for Hill. Oh, a contested ball here, and it's going to be caught. And all the way down to the 22-yard line.
Already a over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
Mahomes now on first down, escaping the pressure right. And it's caught. Touchdown. Mecole Hardman, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from tying up this football game. So the quarterback drops to throw, looks over, and boom, a guy that wide open, he has to be thinking, wait a minute, this is some kind of a dream. This is too easy.
Yeah, a great dream. One you don't want to wake up from. But for the defense, almost feels like there was a bust in coverage.
Throwing now is Mahomes.
And the Chiefs are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Well, they got down 7-zip. They said, we'll go for 2, one up you, and they take the lead.
How about that for a little risk-reward, right? If you don't get it, you're only down a point. Let's go ahead and make a statement in this ball game, and that's exactly what they did.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Here's Lance. Rolling to his right. Now it appears we've got a Chief moving pretty gingerly down there. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Lance, a give now to Sermon.
A solid stiff arm. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 10 more there and another 1st down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Back to Sermon on 1st down.
And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring us to the end of the 1st quarter. A tight one. 8-7 our score after 1 on EA Sports. From the 45 on 2nd down. Lance. Man open. That's Deebo Samuel. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 29-yard line. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown. Deebo Samuel, his 6th touchdown of the season. And once again, the 49ers are back out in front. PAT up and good by Rosas. And that makes this a 14-8 ball game.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
Kansas City taking the field for their second drive. Even though they might not find the #1 seed next to their name come playoff time, there's not going to be very many teams, if any, entering the playoffs on the kind of run they're on. They're hot.
And I love that word, hot, because every team in the league wants to go into the playoffs on that uptick. Because a lot of the time you serve notice to the rest of the league that, hey, we're the team you need to deal with. We're the team that's going to be a real problem for you. And if they can continue this streak, they could very well be that team and gain that confidence that they're seeking as they head to the playoffs.
And confidence, that's the word I would use from our meetings with them. They said, launches deep, a jump ball, and this is caught.
When they needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver. And as this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Flushed out right.
Into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
Picked off inside the 5. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return. When he went on the move there and started rolling out, I thought there was a window, but that window closed quickly, intercepted.
And sometimes, despite how big your arm talent is, you don't get enough on a throw when you're on the move as opposed to setting your feet and stepping into one. That may have been the case there, and the defense certainly benefited.
The drive starts with a carry by Sermon.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Play fake. Lance.
It's brought in here by Willie Snead. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. His first catch, good for 16 and a first.
From the gun, Sermon.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. To throw on 2nd and 6. Lance. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Trying to get it to Willie Snead there. And now it's 2nd down.
From the gun, it's Lance. This to the outside, it's Sermon. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
The Niners passing game in sync now. They've got another 1st down.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going, and right now it's paying off with big chunks of yardage as shown by that last play.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Lance now on 1st down. He'll go right back to Beasley.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime.
They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. Here's Lance to throw it.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That's good for a gain of 6, second and goal. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Second down and goal. Lance. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Will Parks. And they'll have the football, but deep in their own territory as he's brought down at the 5. A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And going deep for Hill. He's got a man. Complete. 30. 10. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill as the first half is winding down. And the Chiefs have tied it, and they can take the lead with the extra point.
If you didn't know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now, you can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
Mahomes will throw for it. And the Chiefs are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
So 2 successful 2-point tries now for them.
And you know what it does? It gives you a boost, a huge one for your team because, hey, you're dominating them now. They can't stop you either scoring touchdowns or 2-point conversions. But how about the defense? You don't know what to do at this stage. You can't stop them in any direction.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything.
They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. Shedding the tackle. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. This throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. Ready for the start of the 3rd quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. Callaway, the return man.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Chiefs offense and Tyreek Hill heading back out onto the field. And now he's inching closer to a 200-yard game. He's been so solid.
And he's really denting the pride of the guys playing defense, too, because there's certain barriers that you just don't want to give up. Never want to give up a 100-yard rusher, a 100-yard receiver. He's closing in on 200 yards. Wow, that's a really big game.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes, eluding the pressure right. Catch is made by Hardman. Bring it! And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
So turnovers, Charles, you figure will be key in the second half, and that's a big giveaway there.
Yeah, and as you and I both know, coaches are always preaching ball security, and none more often than right here in the second half of a tight football game. Now you've got to believe what the coaches are saying and take care of that football.
Following the fumble recovery, Lance on the move to his left. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back.
On first down, Lance.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. The sack comes from Anthony Hitchens. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. On the handoff, Sermon. And he takes it across midfield to the 45.
58 yards rushing for him now to this point. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Throwing his Lance on 3rd down.
Snead's got it. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
And Lance now to throw. That's complete to the tight end, Warner.
And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. 12 more yards there and another first down. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw.
That's complete out left to Ayuk.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. 1st and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
Sermon is not going to get a whole lot, maybe a yard down to the 3.
They'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal.
Again with Sermon.
And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown.
Trey Sermon.
His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the 49ers have retaken the lead. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the San Fran 20.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year.
And the Chiefs on just 2 plays have taken the lead.
A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there, and each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
And that is caught for the 2 points. So they make the decision. They want a 3-point lead versus a 2-point lead, and they got it.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, it seems like the exact right thing to do. Put a little pressure on your defense, but the biggest thing now is you're making the other team chase you.
San Francisco's offense returns to the field,
and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now Lance on the bootleg. Now Lance unable to escape, and down he goes. Frank Clark just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now a handoff. Sermon. And he'll power his way up near the 25. 69 yards on the ground for him so far. Lance looking to throw it. That's caught by Werner, the tight end. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down. Here comes the 49ers punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. Watch out for Hill on the return. It'll be a net of only 30 here. 40-yard punt, 10 on the return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. It's a good pickup on the ground of 7 yards, and time has run out on this 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now a handoff here to his running back. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Now it appears we've got a Chief moving pretty gingerly down there. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd. Mahomes going to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Defensively, a bit of a collapse, allowing the 4th down play to result in 23 yards. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
And to give this time to the tailback. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7 reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Running game working, they'll stick with it on 1st down. And they got it inside the 10 at the 8. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much for the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, I'm not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, they want to ride him down the stretch. He should have fresh legs.
And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line.
It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
And in this situation, a field goal doesn't help you a whole lot, but I think you've got to take it because I think you're a little too far back to go for it on 4th down. But we also know the offensive coordinator's in the head coach's ear trying to talk him into going for it right here.
Butker's kick here is good. And that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
He was solid on the field goal, but not as solid on the kickoff there. And that'll put him at the 40-yard line to start this drive.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 43. Now Lance. He'll dump this off to Sermon, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he's going to get this inside the 30. He'll look to throw. The Niners passing game in sync now. They've got another 1st down. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a 1st down. And a quick throw here. That's complete. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Now a run with Sermon. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Back to throw. He'll buy some time, and he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Trey Lance, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Niners are a point away from leading this game. Now they can boot it through on the always important extra point, and then their defense has to hold up their end of the bargain.
And there's something that you've pointed out in numerous games that we've worked. Okay, the excitement's going on. Everyone's celebrating over there. Who's calling up the defense to make sure they're focused because they still have some work to do?
Here comes Mahomes and the Chiefs. Down 28-27. A little over a minute to go. A chance to end this season with a bang as they come up with a 1st and 10. Mahomes to throw it. He's going to let it fly. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
Here's Mahomes. Flush to his right. His throw incomplete. Mecole Hardman, the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down. Oh, a lot of contact right there. No call, maybe got away with one.
What are you doing questioning the contact on that play? Let them play. And, you know, it was a late-game situation. I think that probably played into it. The officials, they won't let the players determine it down the stretch.
He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the fourth.
Wow. I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
A score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Snags it from the pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, as most teams do in their two-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted. And remember, if you pick it off, you got a chance to take it all the way back, get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case there, but that's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside. And he'll be stopped just shy of the 25 with a penalty marker down. Here's the call.
Defense.
Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
He's back to throw. This one taken in by the former Baylor Bear, Jalen Hurd. They'll look to throw. That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. And the 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Back to throw. Over the middle, he completes it to Hurd. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as he'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down. To throw, it's Lance. Over the middle, complete. That's Mack. And the Niners are going to have a first and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on first and goal. And Lance going to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
And let's face it, this defense has had its share of struggles all game long, and they know that they can put it all behind them if they defend well here in the 2-minute drill. Excellent coverage right there to force the incompletion.
He's got it. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a third and goal. One final try now for Lance. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, Charles, an absolutely thrilling finish there at the end, down to the final play. Got it close to the goal line, but couldn't punch it in.
How much fun was that ending, though, for us?
We were standing up.
I had to. You had to get out of your seat for that one. That close to the goal line? Oh, that was fun.
So for the Chiefs, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And now they'll await